Hey there YouTubers, this is Ninth Prince coming at you with the first in a series of videos for Dad. And what we're going to talk about in this series is just essentially things that you, the dad, I'm assuming that's going to be dads watching this, that you can do to be a better Modern Warfare 3 player. So I'm going to assume that like me, you've got kids that play the game, or maybe you don't have kids, maybe you're just an older guy and wants to get better at the game. But I'll tend to just say dads. So, what you're trying to do, just trying to spend some time with your kids, doing something they like to do. But, you'd like to have fun doing it too, and, you'd like to be respectable. So what we're going to focus on is, how to be a respectable player. I mean, the fact of the matter is, the kids are always going to have better gun skills than you. They're always going to know the maps better than you. They know the spawns better than you. So, but this will be about things that you can do to be a respectable player, and by that I mean sort of keeping your KD around one or above, and doing things like playing objectives and so on. Right, so this video, we're not going to actually talk about specific strategies, but what we're going to talk about more is a mindset. All right, and what you're looking for, or what you're in some sense trying to avoid, is thinking like a noob. Okay, you do not want to be a noob. And by noob, it's kind of hard to explain what a noob is, but the more you play, the more you'll come to understand what a noob is. But you don't want to do the kinds of things that noobs do. For example, you don't want to use overpowered guns. Now, overpowered guns is not as much of an issue in Modern Warfare 3 as, say, they were in Black Ops or in Modern Warfare 2. In Black Ops, it was the AK-74U with grip and rapid fire. In Modern Warfare 2, it was the UMP with silencer. So basically, you want to avoid using guns that are way more powerful than the other guns. Now, like I said, that's less of an issue in Modern Warfare 3. The gun balance is pretty good, but there are going to be some ones you want to avoid. Right, so in the assault rifle class, you're probably going to want to avoid the Type 95. Now, even though this is a 3-burst gun, basically, if you've got rapid fire on this, so long as you're on target when you pull the trigger, you're pretty much going to kill the guy with one pull of the trigger. So the typical newbie setups there are going to be something like rapid fire on red dot sight or rapid fire and silencer. But avoid the Type 95. I also say, avoid the ACR. The ACR was a newbie gun in Black Ops. I still think it's a bit of a newbie gun here. So find something else to use. Don't use the ACR. In the submachine class, those guns are pretty well balanced, except for I'd say the PP90M1 is overpowered relative to the rest of them. So stay away from the PP90M1. In terms of secondaries, all right, do not, under any circumstances, run the FMGs akimbo. All right, that is way overpowered. All right, only noobs are running FMGs akimbo. All right, do not do that. Find something else to run. All right, play with a gun that's more of a challenge, I guess is what I'm saying. All right, so that's as far as the weapons go. Probably the biggest issue in terms of sort of newbie mindset or newbie setup is going to be in the perk area. And there's one perk in particular that's way overpowered, and that's Assassin. For those of you who don't know, Assassin basically makes you invisible to radar. And Assassin is just way newbie, okay? Do not run Assassin. It's very tempting when you're first starting out because you want to try and creep up on people and whatever, but do not run Assassin, okay? That's just way too newbie. Some people have issues with Blind Eye. I don't have as much of an issue with Blind Eye, especially if you're basic, your loadout is kind of a support loadout. But having said that, if you run Blind Eye and Assassin together, then you might as well crown yourself the king of the noobs, because it doesn't get any newbier than that. All right, do not run Blind Eye and Assassin together. There's just no way you're respectable if you're doing that. All right, so those are kind of my get your mind right pieces of advice. You don't want to have the mindset of a noob. All right, you don't want to use newbie loadouts. You don't want to use newbie perks. All right, so get your mind right. Play with guns that aren't overpowered. Don't use Assassin. All right, only noobs do those things. All right, in future videos, we're going to take a look at sort of more specific strategies to improve your gameplay. If you have specific questions that you want me to address, just leave the questions in the comment section and I'll try to get to them if I have the time. By the way, this video that I'm showing you here represents kind of a style of gameplay that I think you can use when you're relatively new to the game and in order to try and get high sort of KD outcomes. I think my score here was 20-5, and basically all I'm doing is I'm running hardline, so I need one less kill for every perk, but I'm just trying to get to my perks as fast. I'm sorry, not perks, to my kill streaks as fast as possible, and let my kill streaks do the work. All right, so I know it looks a little bit campy here. I thought somebody was going to be coming in to get that sentry gun. Ultimately, they didn't, so I ended up kind of waiting here for a while. But back to the point. So I was running Predator, that precision airstrike, and then the attack helicopter. And so I only needed 4 kills, one of which I got with the Claymore to get to the Predator. Then I used the Predator to get to the airstrike, and the airstrike to the helicopter, and the helicopter did some serious work for me. So this is a strategy that you can use in order to get relatively high sort of KD outcomes. And again, I think my score here was 20-5. So again, a little bit campy in places, not normally what I do, but it's, I think, a reasonable way to go when you're looking to get a high KD score and you're relatively inexperienced. That'll be the end of that. If you like it, make sure you come back and check out our future videos, and subscribe to the channel and give us a like if you can. Thanks. Bye.